What's up, everybody? Clever Croc back for a little something different, but, with all the news that's been going out today, I just thought we had to have some sort of discussion about all the leaks regarding the new Pokemon and their stats and everything. There's just way too much not to talk about it. So today I've got two special guests, two other coaches from the GTA, Isaac Hall
How you doing?
and
Nice to
Hamilton
be.
Gensheimer. Gensheimer and
Hey!
Hamilton is the coach of the Wobbuffets, I guess I should mention, and Isaac is the coach of the Charizards, for those who want to know that. So,
Yeah, your two best coaches right here. Well, three, I suppose. You guys know it.
Well,
Standings mean nothing. Shut up.
I'm not going to be that cocky and say we're the three best, but I think that we're amongst the best.
well, I don't know. Both of you guys have beaten me this season. You guys are my
We're
only
all
two
top
losses.
We're all top five.
I'll probably hit 3 losses after this week, but let's
I don't
continue.
know. You got a chance to beat Daniel, but we're not gonna go there. Not in this video. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So for you guys watching, the order or the way we're gonna structure this is gonna be kind of off the cuff, but we're gonna basically just talk about different Pokemon that stood out to us or that we were excited or really intrigued about. So I guess I'll start. And I mean, I know this is like the very first one that we could possibly talk about, and I kind of want to go in order, but we don't really have to, is Decidueye. I believe I could
Yes.
say, for all of us that Decidueye being Grass Ghost was a real surprise, but I really liked that.
I think nobody expected it, but it's easily one. But I loved it the second I saw it.
Yeah, I did too, and its Spirit Shackle move, which actually turns out to have 80
Yes.
base power, is pretty awesome.
Ooh.
The,
It's a mean look, except it's better than a mean look because it does damage. Although it's also worse because it won't work on normal types since it's a ghost type move, which depending on what tier it ends up in, even may not matter because if it ends up OU, I don't think there's a lot of normal types in OU
Yeah.
outside of like Star
Yeah.
Wrap and stuff like that. There,
One
Yeah.
thing that I'd like to put out there is this guy learns Baton Pass. If
he
you,
does.
Yes, if you actually watch this video just slightly further from where he has, I'm pretty sure Baton
It's
Pass
one of
is
the
on
egg
the
moves,
list.
actually. Right
Oh
there.
yeah, I see it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's right there. See it right there. So Baton Pass is one heck of a thing for any Pokemon to learn, and that's really good, especially if Spirit Shackle Baton Passed, to where whenever you switch in, they still can't retreat. I
That's
don't
good.
know exactly how that's going to work in it.
I
That
imagine
would
it works like me and look at
definitely-
Shadow Tag. In
that
that,
would definitely
yeah.
in though.
Yeah.
So and then some of the things that really stuck out to me was the fact that it was so slow. I mean, I
So
thought
that stuck out
based
about
on its
everything.
description, people were assuming that it would be really fast. And
Yeah.
that's not the case.
Yeah, this whole generation is really slow.
Which I wonder if they're trying to go back
Yeah,
to the
that-
fact that,
that
speed
really
was
stinks.
getting out of hand. I
It's
really don't
'cause
know.
like speed rules the metagame right now. And now speed is one of the more important stats, and they may be trying to minimize that just to increase variance, which I'm all about really. Especially because you may have that's something that I think happened this time is that I keep accidentally drafting Pokemon with crap tier speed. So if its impact is being minimized a bit, I'm okay with it. Also, you mentioned Baton Pass. Something I noticed about this, he's especially at least bulky enough that that if you set up a substitute with this guy against a special attacker, you're more than likely to be able to pass it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, along with it learns
Along with the
Swords
Shackle,
Dance.
yeah.
So
It learns
well,
He gets Swords Dance and Nasty Paw, and
He
he,
gets
also
both?
gets U-Turn.
yeah.
Oh my
You
god!
can pass either one of those. U-turn. It has the ghost version of Curse, which I don't know if that's good or bad. It kind of depends on
I mean, if you pass a curse on,
personally
you
feel about it.
Some
could
curse would be funny.
yeah, like you do curse, cut. Well, how about this? You curse, cut half your HP, and then you baton pass into Blissey.
Or Subcurse, Spirit Shackle.
or anything that's like really bulky enough to just survive while their Pokemon just dies slowly.
Dying out.
Yeah, so Long Reach is also interesting. I was really hoping for a better attack stat. I like that it has the options to be physical and special, but even its hidden ability kind of hints that it should have been mainly a physical attacker.
Physical.
Because, yeah, it says, you know, the Pokemon uses its moves without making contact, which is really cool. It's really interesting. I know that it'll be useful to some extent, but I'm not sure how much it'll actually impact what people will use it for, if that makes sense.
I really wish this thing got Leaf Blade.
Yeah.
Like this
that
there's
would
not really
nice.
that many good physical grass attacks, and Leaf Blade is one of the better ones. What physical attacks does it get that are grass type that aren't leafage?
Razor Leaf, Leaf Blade.
Right.
It does get Leaf Blade.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And Brave Bird, which is crazy.
It gets
Yeah.
This thing's actually a monster.
Yeah, it's got a good move pool. I think what still like makes me sad about it is the slow speed, but I think that it might be used for a more specific role than just a fast sweeper, so it might open the door for more interesting strategies with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. So I guess the only other thing is, in my opinion, I see this thing being a solid UU mon. I don't think that it would fall into RU simply because of its move pool, and that like it still has good, like it's good enough to where it won't just fall to the wayside. Like people will still use it, but I feel like it could even fall down to BL2 at some point. And I just feel like there's too many threats that can just completely destroy this thing in OU. So even though it's great and it's very interesting, and it might be a really good mon for the draft league, I don't think that it necessarily make it that far.
Yeah, I think this thing's going to see a lot of play in draft, especially because it has completely viable mixed attacking stats, and in addition to being able to just be a mixed attacker, it has access to both Swords Dance and Nasty Plot. You can go either way, and variance is king in draft, and this thing has got a lot of good variance on it. So that's it's play, I think.
And the fact that it's mixed even reinforces what you're saying too.
Yeah, this is going to be something that's going to be fought over next season. I can already tell.
I think he also gets
I'll
Shadow
fight
Sneak.
for it.
I could be wrong, but if he gets Shadow Sneak, that would be ridiculous.
Let's see, and doesn't he also manage to get? He also gets Roost from when I'm assuming he can learn them.
Sustain too.
So something that's interesting is that Roost causes you to lose your flying typing, but this loses that disadvantage with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Latios and Latias.
Yeah, and it also means that you can now combine. You now have Roost and Curse on the same Pokemon.
Oh
God,
no!
I didn't even.
That's
There's just so many ways. There's so many things you can do with this Pokemon. I love it.
I mean,
it's also
I definitely think this is like my favorite as far as design goes and interesting stuff goes. But I'd say overall, it's still Primarina for me, which we'll get into.
I've been Team Rowlet from day one. Yeah. So I'm happy about this thing.
I haven't been from day one, but it's definitely where I'm going now.
Yeah, it looks like a beast, and it's just fantastic. So yeah, I'm excited for this guy.
So I guess we'll go ahead and go on to the next one that you wanted to bring up. Isaac, what's one that you wanted to talk about?
I'd like to bring up Toxapex.
You pronounce that?
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
I love that thing, but it's also like
I think it's in the first one.
Have you all looked at its attacks or just at its ability and stats?
Oh yeah, it's got more special defense than Tentacruel.
Have you seen
the new
Baneful
guys.
Bunker?
It's gonna be awful.
Because it's Ferrothorn with all the perks of Tentacruel. Except I don't think it gets wrecked.
So Isaac, was there anything in particular that stuck out about this to you?
Well, one of the things that I really seen was it has an attack called Baneful Bunker, which is pretty much Spiky Shield, but instead of damage, it poisons the.
No, I did not see that. Are you kidding me?
He's not kidding.
Right there.
No. And then its ability
on top of Merciless.
Ah.
Which honestly, I don't. Myrtle's is cool, but it's also the fact that it gets Regenerator, which is great on a defensive mount, especially since its HP is actually really bad.
It also gets Recover and Toxic Spikes.
No.
Oh, it does Recover?
Oh
That's
my
even better.
Gosh.
That's pretty good, especially because that those defenses are amazing, but they are cut a lot by how bad that HP stat is. That's why Shuckle isn't considered good, because even though he has monster defenses, it doesn't matter when you don't have the HP to back it up.
Yeah,
which this has.
But then you have examples like Cofagrigus who have 50 HP and still wall things pretty good. And this thing is Cofagrigus, on both sides. But
Poison Water, which is even better.
Yeah, Poison Water is a pretty good typing in my opinion. I mean, you have Tentacruel who can do pretty good as long as he doesn't have to worry about Earthquake.
Yeah, like Tentacruel's been doing wonders for me in this season, and this thing has more special defense in this thing and way more physical defense.
Honestly, I think this is going to be one of the most broken Pokemon in the gen, and my reasoning is because if you put this on a team with Salizzle, it's just...
Oh, God.
No, it's just wrong. Ugh.
That is wrong.
Toxic Stall has reached a new... I don't even want to say it.
Poison everywhere.
Yeah.
It's literally going to be like the poison generation. I'm not kidding. Stall's going to love this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but this thing is just a monster. And, I don't really have much more to say. I mean, it explains itself.
Yeah, I was amazed. Like something that's happened with this generation is that there's not a lot of speed in this generation, which I think is partially because of how the metagame is so speed oriented right now. But there's Pokemon with sky high attacking stats, and also we have a lot of really high defensive stats as well to make up for that. So it is increasing variance in how Pokemon I think is going to be played. So I think competitive is going to be a very different beast from what it is now. Just vastly different in a few months' time here. Once we have adjusted.
Yeah, I really like this Pokemon. I'm definitely going to be trying it out as soon as I can, but it's also just terrifying to think about what this thing's going to do to the meta, because I definitely see this thing being BL at the very least.
Yeah, I will say getting Toxic Spikes isn't as big a deal anymore because talking about one of the nerfs here, Gengar lost Levitate, which means it sucks up Toxic Spikes now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But now it doesn't have a ground. But now it doesn't have a ground immunity anymore, which is honestly
it's just gonna eat up everything Gengar throws at it, and it still gets like some moves that it can hit it with, like Scald, Payback even.
The best thing that Gengar can do to this is if it runs Thunderbolt.
Yeah, and even then, I mean, it's gonna
bounce off.
It's still gonna soak it up, and it has Regenerator.
And Recover.
And Toxic Spikes doesn't matter, but imagine, having Salizzle on this team and putting Toxic Spikes up, or I'm not sure how that will work. Or honestly, imagine like it poisoning anything on that team and then bringing this in and just landing crits everywhere. It's just...
Honestly, I think Toxic Spikes isn't going to be a big deal because a lot of the poison-type Pokemon in these leagues seem to be really good, actually, and poison types have been on the upswing ever since Fairy were introduced, and they were, kind of given more of a reason to exist.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, poison has just been on the upswing since Generation 6, and that's and the apex of that is this and corrosion, and it's a really good trend, and I kind of like.
I really love corrosion because I'm sick of things like Heatran, just completely owning the meta and Ferrothorn, and any way to nerf those things is fine by me.
They may drop down in the meta after this.
Speaking of other nerfs, do you want to just really quickly touch on a couple of the nerfs that came about?
Sure. I know that Sucker Punch got dropped 10 base power from 80 to 70, which I'm not sure. I think it'll be decent, but I don't think it'll make it unusable by any means. I still think it'll be quite usable, but.
Knockoff got dropped down in power. I don't remember how. Yeah, which I'm sad about because I love Knockoff, and it's basically one of the best. It's basically just one of the best moves in the game now.
Although it drops it into Technician
That is true.
So that's a thing.
Ambipom
One
new
thing
meta?
is, have you all seen Leech Life? He
Yes.
got a boost.
To
It's
80.
insane now.
What? They
And it's TM.
buffed it to 80?
And it's a TM now. It replaced
Yes.
Dig.
That's kind of nuts, actually. I thought it was weird that they made it a TM, but I didn't see that it got a buff in base power.
Yeah, that's like
it's
50
80
base
now.
power.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
gosh.
like 50 extra base power.
Is it physical
it's-
or special?
It's still
Physical.
physical.
Oh,
So it's a physical Giga Drain for bug types.
oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. They needed something like that, but man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
imagine
And,
all these highly physical bud types that are coming up in this generation.
Yeah,
Knowing
like
Leech
like
Life.
Wimpod's Evo. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Wimpod's Evo learns Leech Life.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Oh, and the big nerf. This one's gonna have the biggest effect on OU, I think. Gale Wings was nerfed. It now only
God.
it only
makes
gives
me
your flying
cry.
type its priority if you're at full HP. Goodbye, talent.
That is
Flame.
pretty huge, especially with Stealth Procs being a consistent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talent Flame's gonna drop down to UU at the very least.
It's
Yeah,
not gonna
it'll
go
be
much
UU
further.
or BL2.
I definitely see it dropping though. Like
Yeah,
100% dropping, but I don't think it'll
Like, I
drop
don't-
below UU.
I don't think it'll drop to RU. It may go to BL2, but it probably is gonna go down to UU because it has a pretty good
Yeah.
home. Because there's actually a lot of grass types in that tier.
It needed that because, I mean, it's
Talent
so
is fine.
good. Like in general, like people even use it as a bulky Pokemon. So like, it made it too good, you know, in my opinion. And so doing something like that, I think makes it more understandable to be just a regional bird.
Have you guys heard of Iron Ball Talonflame?
No.
No.
Basically, what you do is you get your Talonflame to the point where it has the lowest speed stat it can possibly have, and then you stick an Iron Ball on it so it's even slower, and then you have it use Fly, and the priority triggers only on the turn that you go up, so you'll go up first and then you'll come down last, unless
Oh,
what you're up against
God.
is really slow, so it's impossible to hit you.
What? I've never heard of that before.
Well, it can be defeated if you're up against something that's slow enough. Like I think Reuniclus is slow enough. Like most almost anything that's on Trick Room can stop that because it's just they're naturally gonna have 0 speed EVs anyway. And Talonflame, even with an Iron Ball, is still has a high speed stat.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's insane, though.
It's pretty funny. People have how to respond to it, and it's the funniest thing ever.
Hey, that's still viable, with full HP.
Yeah, just as long as you don't come in on rocks.
Yeah, as long as you don't come in on rocks.
See, okay, this is gonna be a slight tangent, but I really think Rock should be nerfed.
I wouldn't
it makes
be
certain
upset.
Pokemon a little too unusable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset, but I don't really see a way to really nerf it at this point.
My thinking is instead of it being 12, 25, and 50% for like normal, super effective, and double super effective, I would think it'd be better to do like 10, or maybe even just still 12, and then 18, and then 25 for double.
Yeah, they tried to like artificially nerf it by making the ease of access more difficult in Generation 5, but then that was completely ruined by them introducing move tutors later anyway.
Yep, that's true. So Hamilton, what do you want to talk about that's burning on your mind?
Alright, well, I want to talk about a Pokemon that is burning in my mind, not unlike a meteor shooting through the sky. The Pokemon Minior.
Where is he? I think he's in the second one, isn't he? He is.
Yeah.
So, Minior is ridiculous.
Yeah, but just a real quick tangent. Have you guys seen those Train On commercials?
Yeah.
Those things, and especially the one that had like a Minior, being very important in it. Those things made me cry every friggin' time I watched them. I swear to God, those are some of the best ads I've seen in years. Oh, they're still valid there. Yeah, Minior basically its ability is shields down. So basically, the way it works currently is that it comes in with all its stats except for its defensive stats being 60. Defensive stats are 100. But when its HP gets below 50, gets to 50 or less, I should say, then then those stats will switch as it goes into core form, and its special attack and physical attack will be the ones that are increased, and its speed also skyrockets.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you can
The one thing I really want to point out is it gets cosmic power, and it gets shell smash.
It gets shell smash.
Shell smash.
Yes.
I didn't see that. Does it get calm mind?
It's a level up move. 45 right here at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
It gets shell smash, and it's so imagine shell smash into that ability, and then you outspeed everything. You not only get that base stat buff when you switch into your, other form, but then you have shell smash boost. It's just,
yeah. I will say though, this thing is going to get absolutely demolished by anything that has either bullet punch or aqua jet. Once it switches. Like, that is a weakness, although I don't think that's very prevalent in OU at the moment. I don't know how many things there get bullet and aqua jet though. I'm actually going to look at that now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that Lycanroc midday form might be a problem for it with its Accelerock.
That's a rock type priority attack, so it's not going to do that much, I don't think. Although the attack side of Lycanroc is very...
and it's super effective still, so...
Azumarill.
Yeah, the Accelerock would be interesting.
Yeah, Azumarill's going to wreck this thing. Excadrill pretty much walls this thing.
Well, okay. Let's see what else it gets. No,
does it get Calm Mind?
Doesn't look like it. No. It looks like the...
Yeah, Calm Mind would be a little bit too good.
It does get U-turn,
That's U-turn.
Oh, okay. Well, that's handy, I guess.
And it gets Gyro
It also gets Explosion.
Oh, no.
I figured it. Yeah, I figured it would get Gyro Ball.
Yeah, it gets Dash.
Oh, yeah, dude. Giant explosion coming off of 120 space speed with 120 base attack, with 100 base attack. Yeah, sure. I'll take that. Just do that when it's about to die.
That's going to be a really interesting Pokemon. I don't know where that thing's going to fall, because it has so many things that has to work for it, in order to pull it off. But it could end up being, figured out to where people will just, know how to use it, and it'll become something really good. I can't see it yet, so I really don't know where it's going to fall.
But what you're describing right there is UU at the highest, because there's so many counters for it. Cloyster's a monster, but there's so many counters, it's UU.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how this was just being described right there. There's ways that it can become a monster, potentially, but...
It's kind of reliant on setting up to do it a little bit.
Yeah.
And also, its moves aren't very... Its moveset's not very varied. Like, it looks like it's going to have to kind of rely on, hidden power and the like for coverage at this point.
Yeah.
Which kind of locks you into going... although you could go mixed. You could conceivably go mixed, but that also means you have to give up a move slot.
Yes.
So I really like this thing. I really, really like this thing. And it looks like it's going to be very interesting. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to come together yet, but I'm looking forward to using this thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it'll be interesting.
So I guess I'm up next, so I will go on to the next one in the logical order of things. I guess not logical, but...
Brandon trying to keep us on a straight and narrow track.
Nah. I just want to make sure we talk about the starters, because, man, Incineroar, I am glad that it got a decent hidden ability. I'm not sure how helpful it will be for the role it will serve, but Intimidate is always a very solid, ability.
Yeah.
And it gets a pretty decent, move pool. I mean, it gets Nasty Plot, too, which is kind of weird, but...
Wow, Darkest Lariat's
both started. Both it and Decidueye get Nasty Plot.
It gets Fake Out too. Oh my god.
Fake Out. Ooh, Fake Out's always good. I'm just glad it's not firefighting, and I think everyone on the face of the planet is glad it's not firefighting.
And also, it gets Stab Dark moves, which is pretty big. It gets Cross Chop and Outrage, which is interesting coverage.
I want to.
Ooh.
I just seen something up on the front. It gets Throat Chop.
Yeah, which
for Primarina.
Stops Primarina's stuff, which we'll talk about in a minute, which is also an interesting
Throat Chop does?
Throat Chop is a dark move that deals a decent amount of damage, but it also stops sound-based moves that turn. So if you outspeed and use Throat Chop, if something were to use Hyper Voice, it wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Primarina is the slowest of the starters, so it would outspeed it.
Actually,
Yeah.
they have the same speed, so
Do they?
it would just be depending on who has the
Yeah.
speed investment,
Decidueye
which
a
would
little.
be probably Incineroar. But
Yeah.
Yeah, Decidueye is a little bit faster, but yeah, Incineroar and Primarina at base speed they speed tie.
yeah,
Okay. For some reason I thought
Yeah.
she was 55, but yes, you were correct.
This is the first time we have not had at least one starter have a speed stat of at least 100.
he gets leech
I know.
life.
Like, friggin' Leech Life. Like,
See, 80 base power.
yeah.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
Gen 1 it was Charizard, Gen 2 Typhlosion, then you had Sceptile, then Infernape, of course, and then you had Serperior, and then there was Delphox and Greninja during this last one, and now we don't have any really fast starters.
And
No.
it gets U-turn. Hello. That's gonna be
Yeah,
a choice
that
sweeper
was
as
nice.
well.
Did they remove the
Well-
hyphen from U-turn, or is it just that small that I can't see the hyphen?
The what?
I may have the Skype window just too small to see it, but I can't see the hyphen in U-turn. Not that it matters.
Yeah, it's there. It's just really hard to see. He also gets Earthquake. He also gets Swords Dance and Will-O-Wisp as well.
Shadow Claw, always
Yeah.
nice.
So he
I'd like to
he
point
gets
out
good
that-
move pool of like tech and other stuff, which is really interesting.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong,
I'd
but
like to
wasn't Darkest Lariat, the signature move? Yeah, wasn't that move special?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it's physical.
Well, that's just a waste then, considering how infinitely superior his physical attack is.
I thought it was physical.
Yeah, it's physical.
Yeah.
Oh, it is physical? Okay, good. I seem to remember
Plus,
it being
it
special for some
ignores
reason,
stat changes.
which is
which
always
is
great. So,
pretty nice.
So in case you were worried about that thing in your meta that's using Iron Defense, that's there now.
Yep.
Although really, I think special defense boosting is more prevalent because Calm Mind is just so good.
Yeah.
Man, it's just, how did Calm Mind end up being so much better than Bulk Up?
Because I guess physical defense is more prevalent in general as opposed to special.
Mm.
Well, as far as good physical versus good special.
Yeah, although there's a lot of good physical in this generation, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, including
Yeah.
on one particular one that I'm pretty sure will be brought up at one point during this video.
Yeah.
If one of you don't bring it up, I certainly intend to.
So Isaac,
But
what do you want to talk about next?
Okay. Now this Pokemon is a little out there, and I hate the design of it. But Bruxish, I guess is how you pronounce it.
Okay, I forget where he's at, so let me find that one.
Oh, the sparkly fishy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is definitely going to do some heavy damage. It's not that it has like a super high attack, but it's got good attack, decent speed, and dazzling.
Oh, look at this! It
Strong
gets a
Jaw,
move called
one or the
Psychic.
other.
It gets a move called Psychic Fangs, base power 85.
Yes.
Destroys Light Screen and Reflect.
Not
Along
bad.
with that strong jaw.
It's Psychic.
it would just, or dazzling on top of Aqua Jet. You would always go first because they can't use priority moves.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, does it get
period.
Aqua
You
Jet?
have priority.
It gets Aqua Jet. Yeah.
It gets
Yes.
Poison Fang, Ice Fang.
It does.
It's also could use Strong Jaw pretty well
Crunch.
too.
If it can get Gunk
Yeah, I
Shot
mean-
too, that would be good.
I
this
forgot
this
before we
thing just
continue.
dominates.
With Incineroar, what do you? We forgot to talk about where we think he would fall. I think personally he'd probably also fall in UU because even though he's really good, Fire Dark also can get countered by quite a few things. Water
Yeah.
and fighting,
Yeah.
and Water and Dark in particular.
Yeah,
just
water is
gonna
a very prevalent type, especially, which is why it's very, and also Stealth Rock, of course, or so. It's always really hard for fire types to compete unless they're like flat out bonkers and really powerful, like Mega Charizard X or something like
Yeah.
that. So it's definitely
Yeah.
gonna be difficult for it to compete. But I do think it is possible for it to reach UU status. Although I'm kind of betting it fits into RU more likely than UU.
Yeah, I'm feeling BL2-ish. I mean, it may start in UU.
No, I think
I
all three
foresee
starters
it
will start in
staying
OU,
that.
but they'll quickly drop.
Nah. I really don't I really don't know if any of these starters are really OU material. Like if I had to pick one that I thought was most likely to become OU, it would probably be Decidueye, just because of how variant it is. Like that was a big part of why
Yeah.
Lucario was in OU for as long a time as it was, because there pretty much was no definite way to counter Lucario because there were so many different ways it could be run. But now Decidueye has a typing that's easier to work against, and so I don't know if that'll apply as much. But also, although Water Fairy is also proven to be a very effective typing in OU, just look at Azumarill.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure we mentioned that. But as far as Bruxish goes, it's got a decent move pool. It's got some interesting abilities.
Yeah,
But,
including one skin, which is good. Oh, that reminds me. We forgot to mention this earlier. Thunderfang is Thunder Wave, sorry, is no longer 100% accuracy. It's 90 now, which isn't a big shift, but it is a shift.
well, and it also has speed instead of making it a quarter speed.
Yeah,
which is a big nerf.
Yeah.
So Paralysis was nerfed this gen, and
Confusion, same thing. They dropped that down in accuracy, or not accuracy. They dropped it down to 25% instead of 50% chance to hit in Confusion.
I also know that Dark Void got dropped down to 50% accuracy
and can only be used by Darkrai. Bye Smeargle.
Yep. So yeah, Darkrai just got notably worse.
It'll go back down to OU for sure.
Yeah. Dark Void is just like one of the main reasons to use him.
Yep, it is.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, back to Bruxish. Where do y'all think this one will land? I have it probably UU-ish.
I'm gonna say RU because
RU is also.
I just think the typing's good, and it's got a decent move pool, and Dazzling's good, but I think that's something that's probably going to be more functional in VGC than singles, which is why I put it in RU.
Yeah, I agree with RU, especially because it is good attack, and it's got decent speed, but its other stats really aren't that amazing. And even though it's got some fun toys to play with, and within its moves and its abilities, but it's just, it doesn't really have the defensive stats to really back it up, and also the fact that it's a water type with not that good special attack when there are so many good special attacking options for water types. And this doesn't really have that many physical water types to work with. Like, it gets Aqua Tail, which, okay. Wait, did Aqua Tail get buffed? I don't remember it being base power 90.
Yeah, that's what it was. It just has that accuracy, which is why people don't use it over Waterfall.
Yeah. Waterfall's like, base 85 or base 80?
I think it's 80, but it's 100%, and it has a chance to flinch, so.
Yeah, I would use Waterfall. But although, don't know if it's going to get Waterfall, because apparently, spoiler, HMs aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it can learn Waterfall, so that's something to note.
It's Scald, but I mean...
Does it get Liquidation?
Okay, Waterfall's a TM. I see it now.
Ooh, it gets Swords Dance too.
Ooh, okay. That's fun.
It also gets Dream Eater, so it must get Hypnosis.
Yeah, Frost Breath. Frost Breath is one of the weirder moves. Honestly, like, it always crits, but it's super weak to make up for that.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. It's
a very weird, interesting move. Oh, okay. Well, it's a bit too fast to really.
I could still see it being a Trick Room user for VGC though.
Yeah,
because it stops priority, so it like.
Yeah, so you can't be fake outed.
Yeah,
which is good.
And then you can set up Trick Room almost certainly. So.
Yeah, unless they like hit you with like a really powerful Thunderbolt or something like that.
Yeah.
In which, but yeah, you could. You probably won't see those on leads a lot. Yeah,
it's unlikely.
Yeah.
So Hamilton, what about you? What's the next Pokemon you want to talk about?
The one I mentioned a minute ago. Kamoo.
Yes.
All praise your new pseudo lord.
Oh, he's so good. He gets Overcoat too.
He's so pretty. Yeah, overcoat is amazing. Soundproof is great. Bulletproof
Look
is
at
great.
that changing scales damage. It's close
all that
combat for
abilities.
dragons.
Oh,
And it's a special move. That's interesting. But what's great, guys,
that's
that
what kills me.
he's one of the not a lot. I don't think there's not a lot of pseudos. There's not a lot of mixed attacking pseudo sets that I really like. Like I generally prefer to lean more toward physical or special with a pseudo. This is one I could see running very much as a mixed because it gets some very very nice things. Like it gets focus blast, which is stab. I saw it has flash cannon at one point. It also has really great physical options. Like it's got poison jab, which is great considering that otherwise fairy types demolish this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then changing scales is of course incredible. And oh my god, it has belly drum and it has automize.
Oh, it has belly drum. I didn't see that. Oh.
It gets dragon dance, swords dance.
Yeah, it gets the almighty D dance.
It gets dragon dance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this thing is the complete package. Like pretty much the only thing that could make this thing better is if it had like maybe 10 base speed more. Which guess what? D dance, you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And so it outspeeds Haxorus. It has totally different bulk, like you were saying, compared to every other pseudo legend. I love how it's bulky. Like it's like bulkier than Chestnut, and it has a better typing than Chestnut. The only thing is, I will say it'll probably fall somewhere awkwardly between UU and BL.
Yeah.
Noble
I don't know. I think you could see some OU play just because it's got the bulk to take hits very well. Like even super effective ones, and so long as it's not taking like moon blasts, and like which if they send in something that has that's a fairy type, they have to worry about you sending a poison jab or a flash cannon their way.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a lot of fairy types that want to take a +1 poison jab from this thing.
Yeah, and there's also it has a move that's really interesting. I'm not sure how usable it is, but there's something called Noble Roar that decreases the attack and special attack of the opponent.
Oh yeah, that's Pyroar's signature move.
Yeah, but Pyroar's
unusable. Devil Pokemon from
the
Pyroar. But yeah, this thing's just got a really good suite of abilities.
It also gets
everything
up,
one of those abilities is good. Which ability do you think you guys would run on this thing? Because I think I'd probably go with
I think it depends. Personally,
maybe Overcoat because I think there are some Pokemon that can use weather a little bit they're very nicely in this gen, but I could also very much see it used for Soundproof. And Bulletproof is of course good as well because Sludge Bomb is just you know,
it's my personal preference is running it Bulletproof, but
see the problem though with this is that, the good thing for Komodo is that you can't usually it's like Bronzong. Bronzong has Levitate and Heatproof, which block its two main weaknesses other than of course Ghost and Dark. But it's like a mind game. You don't know what it's going to use, and Bulletproof and Soundproof are two things that stop things that could actually really hurt Komodo. And being able to kind of bluff like that, I think is going to be a real strength for it. Which is why I was thinking BL for Komodo.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be very popular in draft play. I would be shocked if this thing's not picked up next season by somebody, and I really hope it's me.
Yeah, same here.
I'm laying the flag now, guys. This thing's great. This might be my new favorite pseudo. Like Goodra might have to move over.
Yeah, I really like Hydreigon still, but Komodo is right there, and I think it'll just depend on how much I use Komodo before I change over. Komodo Dragon's one of my favorite animals in general, so having a Pokemon that's kind of after it is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say probably the one disadvantage, and it's the one thing I don't like about this thing, is that I prefer the design of its Prevolution to the design of it itself a little bit.
Yeah.
It's what I call the combustion effect.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of maybe 3 people on the face of the earth who doesn't really like Blaziken.
Well, I'll go ahead and go on to the next one, which I'm gonna finish off the starters, I guess, and we'll go to Primarina. Now,
Mantis Steel.
This thing has incredible stats for its typing. It's
got the highest special attack out of every starter ever.
And it's got good bulk on the special side, like a Milotic. It has about the same bulk as Milotic, a little bit less, but it has a much higher special attack. And then it gets a really cool ability and fairy typing. So, it's just, I love it. Liquid Voice is really cool, because even though some people would say, yeah, it's not Pixelate, so you can't take advantage of Hyper Voice in that way. But I think people forget that water is resisted even less than Fairy, or maybe about the same. I mean, it's resisted by what? Grass and Dragon?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then you have Fairy typing, which handles the Dragon, so they're not going to risk switching something in on a Moonblast. So really, you only have that, and then you have Ice Beam. So it's not only great typing and great stats, but Liquid Voice is a really cool idea to have, a Hyper Voice switch to a water type move. That's awesome.
Yeah. My thing is out of the 3 starters, it has my least favorite special attack with Sparkling Area.
Signature move, yeah.
Yeah,
it feels their burn.
Weird.
So now, if it's something like Wake Up Slap, and we're just not seeing it, and it deals extra damage when healing a burn, that would come in handy. I mean,
or like Smelling Salt, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking this is something that's intended for VGC, and it's not going to really help all that much in competitive.
A lot of this stuff is meant for VGC, so...
Yeah. Speaking of which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome for reminding you that Smelling Salt is a move that exists.
I forget about that. It also gets Perish Song too, which I failed to mention.
Oh yeah.
And it gets Aqua Jet.
I have a question though. All sound-based moves become water type moves. Does that mean that Sparkling Aria, because it's technically a sound-based move, right? Does it become fairy? Does it become water type?
It's already water type.
No, it's fairy type. Isn't it?
No, it's water. I thought it was water
type.
Oh, it is water. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I see what I did there. Yeah, sorry about that. I swapped. I switched it by mistake.
To see if it gets Scald. Scald would be something really important to have on this.
Yeah.
I imagine it would have to have Scald, because pretty much every water type in existence gets...
Scald didn't get nerfed! Woohoo!
Well, and...
We're going to see some Salt about that.
If Sparkling Area does do extra damage on burn victims, then Scald plus that would be one heck of a way to run it.
Yeah. It also gets Energy Ball, interestingly.
Really? That is interesting.
You see very often.
Yeah. Usually you don't. Yeah. Usually you don't see something like that. It's very rare to. It's very rare to see starters get moves that correspond to the starter that they are weak to in the cycle. I don't think outside of Hidden Power, any of the other water starters get grass attacks.
Yeah. It's weird.
And I'm pretty sure the fire starters don't get any water type moves, and I don't think the grass ones get any fire. Yeah, outside of Hidden Power and the like. I'd have to double check this, of course, but that's interesting. So in that, and the fact that its special attack is higher than literally any other starter, it's got 2 things going for it that no other starter has.
Yeah, which is why I'm picking it. I just think it's the most interesting. Well, it's not. I would say overall, it's not my favorite, but I think it's competitively the most viable, and I'm definitely putting this thing at OU.
It definitely.
There's no questioning that it will be an OU. At least for the start, but the typing is enough to put it there if it's going to have okay stats, and it has great stats. So,
yeah, it does not have that good physical bulk, but it is a water fairy type, and a lot of the good physical attacks that type stands up to pretty well, regardless, because that's like fighting type attacks are going to bounce off this thing. Let's see, what else? Let's see, Leaf Blade.
Walls Komodo, by the way.
unless Komodo is running Poison Jab.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way, though. He can't risk throwing out an Outrage or something like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is a good point. But, I'm very interested to see where this thing will go. Because Yeah.
I think
very
it'll
funny
start
that-
at OU, but I think it'll drop at least to BL. I don't think it'll stay in OU, but I think it'll definitely start in OU.
Could happen.
I mean, it's just like a better Milotic,
Yeah.
and Milotic used.
Yeah. Which that probably means my Lodic's going to drop a tier or so, because now there's just no reason not to use this instead.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, this is OU, in which case there's no reason for Milotic to drop, because then you wouldn't be able to use this in UU anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it drops to UU, Milotic would definitely drop another tier. In which case,
sure.
that's just better for us in, the league, because we can just draft it easier. But
Well, I'm not so sure.
Either
Because
here-
Marvel Scale is something that will make it stand out more
Yeah.
than Primarina in that respect. But I definitely think
Sure.
it's possible.
Yeah, shout out to the time I was dumb enough last season to use a Flame or Marvel Scale. Don't try that at home, kid. It doesn't work.
What do you want to talk about next?
how about we talk about Mudsdale?
Oh, Mudsdale. What a beast.
Honestly, I mean, I've got to looking. Its biggest comparison is Hippowdon. I mean,
Yep.
that's the closest
But
thing
it
we can
has
compare to.
stamina. Oh, it's
And
so
I laid-
scary.
I laid their stats side by side, and there is a 25 base stat difference. It is in favor of Hippowdon, though.
You cut
But
out a little.
Mudsdale has higher attack.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of the difference, the entire difference is covered by defense and special attack. In which case, stamina, just once he takes a hit, he's already better.
Yeah.
And the
It's-
cool
it's
thing
so
too
easy-
is like if you
defense,
switch
so-
him in on a physical attack, like obviously
him
as a
up,
physical
yeah.
ball, he's just gonna get bulkier. Like you don't have to just because like my
Yes.
mistake in thinking about it was imagining that like oh you have to have him in and he has to take a hit. But if you switch him in on a physical
Yeah.
hit that he's not going to take much damage from,
Yeah.
and he has
Like
like,
fake out.
leftovers
Yeah.
or citrus berry,
Well,
oh.
Guys, how about this? Switch him in on a Rock Blast. 5 defense boost, I'll take it.
He gets close combat too, which is pretty cool.
Oh my god.
yeah. Well, my
That
thing is, I'm
125
slightly
attack.
disappointed. It has a special move that's like its own move called High,
Called what?
but you'd
You lagged
rather
out a little
run
bit.
Earthquake. Oh,
Yeah,
it
why would
has
you
its
ever use a
own
special
move called
attack like
High
that?
Horsepower.
Yeah,
but
why is
high
it
horsepower
special?
Worse. It's worse than Earthquake, so there's no reason to run it over Earthquake.
Yeah. Because Earthquake is just, basically the best move in the game, not named Scald. Or
Yeah.
knockoff.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my opinion, if they were going to give it its own move, it should have been better than another
High
move that
horsepower
it's
is physical. I
learned.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's physical with 95 power and 95 accuracy, whereas
Okay.
Earthquake's 100 and 100.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely
From that
no
perspective,
point
you're
not to
definitely
run a-
right.
I misheard you say special for some reason.
And-
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
thought too.
well, Oh, Heavy Slam. That's going to hurt.
Counter
Like
is
it's-
also kind of
that's
interesting.
Yeah, it gets counter. That's very very good with stamina.
Bide.
Yeah.
Bide's just funny.
Also has low sweep. I mean, it doesn't really have enough speed for that to be a.
I mean, low sweep's good. Losing speed is never bad. Although low sweep might actually not be as good anymore with what we mentioned about the metagame possibly shifting away from speed due to all the low speed in this gen.
Yeah.
The only
So low
problem
speed-
with that is they can't ban the Pokemon that have the high speed that make them the monsters that they are.
Yeah, but there's no
Well, the thing is, but
more equipped to
Hey,
deal
new
with the
Pokemon
fight
bulky
team
and-
and weather the storm.
Yeah.
Like this thing in like insert X physical attacker here that's not a water type is going to have a really difficult time against this thing.
Yeah.
And like Toxapex is basically just going to be the new Ferrothorn.
thing is, the best way to counter speed is with bulk. because all these speed Pokemon have no bulk.
Yeah.
Stand one hit and you one-shot them. I mean, that's the best counter for speed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Especially and that works even better when you consider that this thing gets actively stronger the more punishment it takes on the physical end.
Yeah,
yes.
I think that's pretty awesome, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you could switch this in on something that's not going to take attack from, like damage from, like if you switch it on a
my
fake
thing is,
or a predicted Mach Punch or something.
If you look at stamina, it doesn't have to take a physical hit. It's just when it's hit by an attack.
Oh,
it's not a physical attack.
You're right.
That's even better.
That is even
I want to
better.
point that out as well.
I mean, at that point, you just still hit them with special attacks, unless your special
attack
attack
would be pretty scary too here.
Ooh.
Yeah, you run it assault vest, and
God.
it's just gonna boost its defense. It has 85 special defense. I mean, that's not bad in the least.
That's not small change. Like it's not amazing, but assault vest.
So you boost
downright passable. Yeah.
And that HP.
This thing's just a monster.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
You know how I can tell this thing's going to be used at some point next season? It's a Pokedex classification that calls it the Draft Horse Pokemon.
I definitely think this thing's going to be OU material.
You know how I know it's going to be used next season?
Because it's good?
Because I'm going to draft it. So either somebody's going to have to outbid me or...
Yeah, this is definitely OU material, though, in my opinion. It just... I think it has too many things going for it not to be, and we've obviously seen that mono
completely agreed on that
for a tank. So
I will say the one thing that does kind of possibly make this make Hippowdon a better choice in this is that Hippowdon has recovery and slack off that this thing does not have.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Agreed.
Which is a very big reason for why Hippowdon is such
a different mold, I guess.
Yeah, this thing is a lot more offensive than Hippowdon, though, and works better with Assault Vest. Like, you basically can't really run Assault Vest Hippowdon. It doesn't work.
Rest Sleep Talk would be pretty scary on this guy.
Yeah, but Rest Sleep Talk is very hit or miss.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and go on to the next one. Hamilton.
And, yes, let us discuss, something I was very excited for, since the day we got it. Vikavolt.
Yeah, Vikavolt is awesome.
Vikavolt.
Yeah. So, base special attack 145.
It's 5 points higher than Chandelure's base special attack, and I thought that was nuts.
That's great. Wait, however, base 43 speed. That's very bad.
I'm okay with that. I mean, it has Levitate, so we don't have to worry about earthquakes.
Yeah, it has very good switching options. However, that speed is not good considering it's a bug type, and bug types do have a lot of exploitable weaknesses.
Yeah.
Although it's not bug flying, at least.
It has bulk, though. At least it's not super frail.
Yeah. At least it's not bug flying. If it was bug flying, it'd be unsalvageable.
Yeah.
I mean, the speed does kind of kill it. Me personally, I don't like it.
I very much
have
it. It's dig.
Enough speed.
It's dig?
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yes, it gets dig. Although I gotta say, if it uses dig, Earthquake would kill it.
Yeah. It probably...
I don't think Levitate and Dig work together.
Yeah. I think it gets dig just as a relic from when it's Charjabug and Grubbin. Like how Primeape gets Iron Tail because Mankey can get Iron Tail.
Yeah. It gets Wild Charge too.
Yeah. Well, there's no real reason to use physical attacks to this thing when you've got base special attack 145 staring you in the face.
Putting it behind a sub would be pretty interesting, though.
Yeah, especially if you on past the sub from Decidueye, as we mentioned. Like if you put this up against.
In all honesty, I mean, some of the best things to do for this thing is to
Roost is good
to it.
And it doesn't have that flying typing either, so.
Does Roost turn off Levitate though?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you got Thunderbolt here. I need to double check. Does he get Bug Buzz? Because if he does, okay, good. Because
he gets agility.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Agility. Okay.
Something.
That's something, I guess.
If you baton pass that sub and you use agility, I mean, it makes it
hold on.
more viable.
Go back a second. Again, I just saw something that
I was really hoping this thing would get no guard, so it could use
Guys,
Zap Cannon.
Did you look at Guillotine? Notice anything in particular?
No.
No. It looks like. Wait a minute.
It's still
that's-
one hit KO. It just says the base power.
Oh, that's
is
base.
one.
Oh, that's base power. I thought that was PP for a second,
Oh yeah.
which would have been hilarious.
You can use it once. You'll miss.
Yeah.
Don't use
Hey.
it.
Yeah. Hi, have your one on guillotine and miss always, because that's always how it works.
Yeah,
Man,
I think
yeah,
this thing will
I-
probably be RU.
Yeah,
mean,
probably.
I
is
think
sad.
it's really strong, but its speed, honestly, Galvantula is a better bet.
Yeah, like it suffers from the same real thing that Chandelure suffers from, because just to use the comparison that you set up earlier, because Chandelure has a monstrous attack stat, but its other stats don't back it up.
Yeah, well, Chandelure learns Trick Room, though.
Yes, and also Chandelure has
this
a better.
would be terrifying under Trick Room.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Oh,
That is the most viable way to use this.
Oh,
it
yes,
would be
Trick-
too good in Trick Room because it also has Levitate and Volt Switch
Yeah.
and U-turn.
That'd be good. This could see a lot of play in especially if this was in VGC Trick Room, so you don't lose a turn switching this in. Yeah, that would be really good.
This thing actually could be a lot better in VGC, I think.
Yeah, I think this definitely is going to see more VGC play just because it's so viable in Trick Room.
Yeah. All right.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm probably still going to use this in my playthrough, in my casual playthrough of the game, but I do wish it was a bit better because I've considered just trying to use this ever since it was released, just because it looks so cool.
Yeah. So, one of my favorite Pokemon of this gen now, which I was not excited about when I first saw its design, is Toucannon.
Toucannon!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That thing looks ridiculous. I love
120
it.
attack.
Well, have you seen
And it gets skill
Its
link
other
and
stats don't
sheer
match.
force.
Not good.
Beak Blast? Look at that.
Yeah, it has a chance
Yeah.
to burn, and it's 100 damage with no miss.
It doesn't say it has a chance to burn. It says it results in a burn.
Oh,
Oh.
and it's 100 base power.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's nuts.
Okay, this is probably why we haven't seen Beak Blast on anything else, because it's
Sheer
ridiculous.
force,
If anything.
too.
Well-
Sheer force with that.
Well, see,
Well, Sheer Force removes the burn.
Sheer
I
force
think.
life orb on this thing. Oh.
I think I would.
well, my thing is, if you look at Beak Blast, it doesn't say it's a 2-turn attack, but it says it heats the beak up and then attacks. It may be a 2-turn
yeah.
attack,
Yeah.
You got-
which would explain why it has so high power and a definite burn.
Yeah,
Blast.
it's different worded like that. Yeah, it's got skill link though, and it does get Rock Blast and Bullet Seed, which a lot of people predicted it would back when all
And
we knew about
Fury
was.
attack, which is a stab move.
Oh yeah, why would you use Fury Attack when you've got Rock Blast and Bullet Seed? The
Doesn't
coverage is
stab.
just so much better. Hmm.
Because it's stab. That's all.
Yeah, but that's not really worth it over the coverage. I don't think. At that point, I'd rather use Brave Bird.
Yeah. Brave Bird.
Because
This
Brave Bird
thing
pretty
is
much
just. It also gets U-turn, so like this could be a really solid like skill link choice scarf attacker, which breaks
Yeah.
through the whole like deal with focus sashes and sturdy and stuff. That's just. I think that it's going to be a really cool mon to use. I honestly have no clue where it's going to land.
I don't think
with
it's
its
going
120
to
attack.
yeah.
It's just going to be kind of scary to see it. I mean, we see
It's that-
Staraptor in BL for a long time, and
Here's
it's
my thing,
honestly
though.
kind of similar. But
Here's my thing though, that speed is really bad.
yeah,
It's
it is.
atrocious actually. And in fact, if you want to use a skill link to break subs and stuff, honestly, a better Pokemon for that is either Ambipom or even better than that, you got Cincino, which I like those Pokemon a lot, but I will admit that neither of them are even all that good, and they both outclass it in this thing, despite not being that good. Like you just slap a Life Orb on those guys and you go to town.
Yeah, I think that this thing will have to prove itself. I really don't. If
The speed.
I think it could
Yet again.
definitely be an RU Pokemon if it doesn't perform the way I hope it does. But I think there's a chance that it could prove itself and be in at least UU.
Yeah, like
as
it's
a choice scarf attacker.
It also really depends on if Beak Blast or whatever it's called. It depends on if it is a 2-turn attack or not. If not, then
If it's not, then this is going to be one hell of a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Also,
If it is
Tailwind could make it
attack,
useful
no,
too.
not salvageable. Hmm.
Tailwind could make it useful too.
Yeah,
True.
Tailwind's always a useful thing to have, but I would prefer to use that on something that because there are Tailwind uses that get Prankster, like Tornadus.
It gets Flame Charge and Smackdown.
Ooh, Flame Charge. Flame Charge is always nice.
Now, Flame Charge is interesting.
Flame Charge is honestly one of the most interesting fire type attacks. I really like Flame Charge.
Yeah, Flame Charge,
Yeah.
if that were
I don't-
running something like this, and you were running Life Orb, you would be able to probably capitalize on its stuff a little bit more, but it just really depends. Having Sheer Force as well is not a bad option, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isaac, what did you want to talk about? We're gonna probably only talk about a few more and continue in another video, but...
Well, I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce this, but it's the anchor one.
Oh, Delmise? I think that's how you say it.
I forget what it's called.
It's really interesting, but I'm honestly not the biggest fan of it.
It basically has 3 stabs. Which is
that
actually
is
pretty good.
Honestly, if this thing was in... But it doesn't learn that many ghost or grass attacks that make it super great, in my opinion. I mean, obviously it has power. But Phantom Force is about its only strong physical ghost.
I don't like that it's Grass Ghost, in my opinion. That's just too,
I see no reason.
Too frail for the speed. And I don't like that they brought another 2 Grass Ghosts again into another generation.
Yeah, I think it should have been Ghost Steel.
Ghost Water
would have
disability, and it definitely would have been...
Yeah.
It definitely would have been broken like that, though.
Yeah.
Have you seen its attack Anchor Shot? I think that's really why it's going to be pretty good.
What's Anchor Shot do?
It has 80 base power, 100 accuracy, and it's pretty... But it's pretty much like Spirit Shackle, but a steel type move. They can't retreat. Plus, this thing is tanky as heck. I mean, that's as far as...
Anchor Shot, physical steel move.
It's not really that tanky. It's got good physical defense, but otherwise not really.
It's bulky.
Yeah, it's just not the best defensive typing. That's the problem.
Yeah, I would much prefer if it was Ghost Water.
It does get Rapid Spin.
Yes, I did notice that.
Yeah, this thing looks weird.
Yeah.
It also gets Gyro, which really complements its speed.
Yeah, Gyro Ball is always good, especially since it's getting boosted even further by its ability.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
If it gets I think it gets Heavy Slam as well, which Heavy Slam is good because this thing looks like it'd be really heavy.
This is definitely going to be better than
it's
Trevenant
463
so I'm thinking
pounds.
BL2 for this one.
Yeah, I'm thinking UU or BL2.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Honestly, if it was Ghost and Steel, I think it would be much better, but as is.
Yeah.
It gets Rapid Spin. That's interesting. That's good.
Yeah.
So, Hamilton, what about you?
No. All praise your new Lord Mimikyu.
Mimikyu right here. Mimikyu actually could still... I know a lot of people are upset about the stats, but I got a real Spiritomb vibe. I think it's still quite usable for what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. I'm really surprised its special attack isn't higher, I gotta say, because I'm surprised it's more physical attack oriented. Although now I think about it,
it's
in the trailers it was using moves like Slash and stuff like that.
Shadow
so I
Sneak.
guess yeah, Shadow Sneak.
It gets play rough. So I mean, as far as having that strong physical move, it does have play rough.
It's a shame.
90 base attack isn't terrible.
It's a shame that the electric attacks it gets as the sort of Pikachu as the Pikachu knockoff thing It's a shame that Thunderbolt and Thunder are kind of wasted with that special attack, but it's got some very interesting things. It has Woodhammer for some reason.
And then it also gets Destiny Bond, which is
of course
good with its ability.
Yeah, it gets
Shadow Sneak and
it's got Thunder Wave, got Shadow Sneak. It's got good support options. Really, this looks like a good support option because especially because it's got some good special bulk. It gets Leech Life.
I'm interested to learn exactly how its ability works. I mean, does it randomly decide which move it works on? Is it the first one you get hit by, or what?
I think it's first because it makes no sense otherwise.
Yeah, it's the first one
I
in the
agree
game.
with that. So.
I think it also resets if you switch out and switch back in, which means you get it to safely switch in with this thing.
No, it's actually once per game.
Oh well, that's
okay.
It
would, especially if it had like U-turn or something, that would be broken. I don't know that it does, but
it doesn't.
Yeah, it's still It's still a very good ability because it means you can guarantee that it gets a safe switch in one time.
It gets Will-O-Wisp and Infestation.
Oh, well, that's real nice. That's real nice, actually.
It also gets Swords Dance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I really see this being more of a support Pokemon, kind of in the same line as well, not so much support as it's used in the same way that a lot of the less offensive Ghost types are. It's going to be used it's going to be used in the same way Klefki is. It's a disruptor. Like you're going to use this for Thunder Wave. You're going to use this for Will-O-Wisp. It's not going to be an attacking force. But I think it's definitely interesting, and of course, this is also pretty much probably the most popular Pokemon that we've gotten, and which is very funny because I saw like something online where it was mentioned how funny it was that with all the Pikachu like knockoffs they've made trying to replicate the same success, they finally succeed with the Pokemon whose whole gimmick is trying to be Pikachu. It's all you had to do, guys. You just had to be completely transparent about it.
Yeah. Well, there is another Pikachu knockoff in.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not really a fan of.
Well, my thing is though, it does get Nuzzle.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
does
it's the fastest one.
That would be hilarious, but no, it doesn't.
Yeah. I would love.
Yeah, Mimikyu doesn't, but the other one does. The other knockoff.
Nuzzle's good. It's just and Electric Steel is I don't know if Electric Steel is a better or worse typing than the Dene's Electric Fairy.
Electric Fairy's better.
You take quad damage from Earthquake, yeah, but Steel has a few more resistances, I think, than Fairy does. I'd have to double check that, but yeah, it's just better. But Mimikyu is still probably my favorite Pokemon that's been released. That may change once I actually get to using them and see how they play out. But it's just one of the more inventive concepts that I've seen in the games, and it's clearly just captured the hearts of the Pokemon fandom as a whole. People have flocked around this thing, and it's a good reason. So I think this is on like pretty much the team of every single person I know who's gonna get the game. The team they plan to play through the game with, it's on mine. Like almost everyone I know, it's on like everyone I knows, and I think it's gonna see a lot of testing in.
Yes.
Once we get these guys in like Showdown and stuff like that, this one's gonna see a lot of play. So people are gonna figure out how to get this thing to work really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing. Pokemon that aren't liked as much are going to stay in lower tiers just because people aren't going to test their limits.
Yeah, like heck, that was why I think that's why Gorobus was so overlooked, even though it is a shell smasher, or like Barbaracle because it's ugly, and like
pretty much.
Heck, you guys saw me in the first couple of weeks of this season. Barbaracle was like my main player because I just shell smashed and swept. I just shell smashed and swept. And then, aside from that 1 week where I just use a choice scarf. Do you remember that, Brandon? Do you recall that?
I remember that. Thanks for watching, guys. If y'all enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you want, subscribe for more videos. Hope to see y'all in the future, and thank you for watching.